So, MMOs are large projects that require massive teams of developers to build. But just how many developers does the FF14 team have? The game's credits list over 1,000 names, including a bunch of corporate support roles and outsourced staff. But the core team is what's labeled as the main development staff. This is the part of the project that works on the 18th floor of Square Enix HQ in Tokyo, and includes designers, artists, and programmers, but not things like localization or even sound design. The credits from the original launch of version 1.0 of FF14 back in 2010 list 239 in-house members of the main development staff. This was back when Hiromichi Tanaka was still in charge. But the dismal reception of version 1.0 led Square Enix to take drastic action to salvage the game. There was a change of leadership, with Naoki Yoshida replacing Tanaka as producer and director, and a large-scale restructuring of the team. A portion of the new team, numbering 187 in-house developers by the patch 1.23 credits, worked on content updates to the existing version of the game. Meanwhile, work was being done to prepare for a complete relaunch for version 2.0. Key developers were borrowed from other projects around Square Enix to rebuild the game from the ground up in a mere 2 years and 8 months. Hashimoto from the Luminous team, the engine that FF15 uses, stepped in as the game's technical director, while Matsui from the FF11 team assumed the role of battle system director. This borrowing of staff from other projects led to delays for several major titles on the Japanese side of Square Enix. But it also bolstered the FF14 development team up to a whopping 305 in-house members in the 2.0 credits. When the game launched in August 2013, many of those borrowed developers returned to their original projects. The team went down to 267 in-house members by patch 2.55, and 268 in the patch 3.0 credits. As of patch 3.56, the main development staff sections of the credits has 264 in-house members. This current composition of the team includes 6 directors and producers, and 13 project managers and assistants, 53 designers, 128 artists, and 60 engineers. Compared to similar MMOs on the market, the main development staff is quite large. World of Warcraft had about 235 devs in 2016, while Guild Wars 2 had around 220. Elder Scrolls Online, WildStar, and Star Wars The Old Republic had 250 or more before they launched, but have since downsized. But the FF14 dev team has been constantly changing, with large differences between each of the credits lists. There are about 590 unique names that have been credited as part of the main development staff from 2010 to 2017. Square Enix's 5th business division constantly advertises a range of positions for the FF14 team. Currently, there are 15 advertised positions, including Battle Content Planner, Server Programmer, and Database Engineer. Most notably, the Battle Content Planning team seems to have expanded with at least 2 brand new members as of patch 3.56. The next expansion, Stormblood, is just around the corner, so we'll be getting yet another round of credits along with it.